often say here on the show about the good deeds that the British monarchy do, you know. They do so many good things that many of the times are not really looked at by the mainstream media. They're not clickbait enough, not tabloid enough. And many, of course, of the senior monarchy could be accredited to that. One in particular that everybody knows that I absolutely admire, adore, and think is great fun is this lady, the Princess Royal, Her Royal Highness Princess Anne. I just love the way that she goes about things without any fuss and nonsense. Doesn't even look for the media, doesn't want to necessarily interact with it. If they're covering it, great. She's there because she wants to be and help that particular charity or cause that she's attended. As I've told you before, she's a huge fan of all lighthouses, and if she's in an area, she wants to pop up and have a look at that. The worst bit is, and you have to feel sorry for these people, they have to climb the stairs with her. Yeah, we've done it, right? Not easy. But the bottom line is this: I wanted to highlight a recent visit by the Princess Royal to a very worthy cause, which wasn't necessarily given the highlight that it should have been. Backlash to this was simply this, that the Princess Royal visited the set of a much loved soap opera over here, 60 years plus, Coronation Street. That's right, Coronation Street itself. And for many people watching this show will know that I was the very first person to sing lyrics to the tune for a very special celebration. That's not the reason why I'm plugging it, but a lot of people ask me about that. What's interesting here, though, is that this particular story is basically a story that affects so many people, sadly, in this modern day world. On the soap, they're doing a brand new storyline about an acid attack with a particular character. It's a thing that affects, sadly, so many people in this 21st century world. I was lucky enough to meet a survivor of an acid attack, the very beautiful TV presenter and model, Katie Piper. Brilliant lady, just fought in the case of stoicism, battled on and did her absolute best, as you can imagine, and built a very successful career. But so simply, one person to be admired. She could have turned away and made her life very sad for herself. She didn't. She built on it and fought back. This is the idea about this particular storyline. And what's interesting is Princess Anne is the president of that particular charity that looks after people who have gone through this terrible situation. She popped into the soap, went and met all the cast, had a bit of a stint behind the famous Rovers Return bar, and naturally highlighted that charity. That was the whole point of the visit. Now, a lot of people say to me on the channel, oh, you just focus on, certain royals. We do cover things as and when we are allowed, or indeed we get that particular information. What we like to do on the channel is make sure we remain impartial, but bring you the absolute truth. And the reason why I wanted to share this particular story is it wasn't given the attention it deserved, as many of the visits do not get, not just with the Princess Royal, but say, the Duke of Edinburgh, the Duchess of Edinburgh. Lots of these things are overlooked. They don't necessarily seek the limelight, but in certain causes, I'm sure you'll agree that they should seek the limelight because they're very worthy. And in this case, I'm sure you'll also agree with me that what Princess Anne did that day in the world of soap has done a lot to help a lot of people who are sadly going through this terrible situation on a personal level. Once again, the brilliant Princess Royal leads the charge without fanfare. I'd love to know what you think to this particular story in the comments below. Neil Sean in the very heart of London.